What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a product review on the LaCrosse Snake Boots here. Picked up a pair back in the summer. I'd heard a lot of great things about them, so I've been trying them out for the past few months. I've gotten some really cold weather and some really hot weather in them. Done a lot of work in them. I've covered a lot of ground with them, and there's definitely some pros and cons to these boots, so let's go over them right now. I'll start off by talking about some of the pros of these boots. So I've been in these in hot weather, like 90-degree weather, working, planting the food plots, putting out stands and feeding deer. And I've also been out in the cold with them, below freezing this past week actually. And in both extremes, my feet have not been too hot and they have not been cold. Keeping your feet cold is an issue for people. But with these boots, I have not had that issue. All I've worn is just a regular pair of socks too. Nothing special, no thick socks. And my feet haven't got cold once, and I think it was like 30 degrees the other morning. That's pretty cold for us. In the summertime, I mean, your feet do get a little warm, but it's not nothing that's unbearable. So just for all around, just keeping your feet a good temperature, they're a pretty good boot. Now, one of the cons about this boot is that it don't fit tight around your leg. And maybe I just don't have a big leg, I don't know. But if you see, there's always a gap here. Even when you tighten it down, there's still some type of gap there. With that gap being there around your leg, when you're walking through a lot of thick stuff, especially like old dead briars and stuff that are just breaking off and getting everywhere, they will fill that boot up. I've had several instances where I had to just take my boots off and dump them out, and just a load of stuff come out of there. So that's a big con for me. I'm not a big fan of that. So another pro to these boots though is that they are very comfortable. Didn't really have no break-in period. Just as soon as I put them on, they was comfortable. And I've walked, like I said, I've covered lots of ground, up hills, all over the place, all through the woods, setting out stands and everything, and I have not had any trouble with my feet hurting. They have been comfortable, no rubbing, nothing like that. So that is a good pro for these boots. A lot of times you get these bigger boots, they want to rub and leave blisters on your feet, or sometimes they just ain't that comfortable in general and just hurt your feet. That's not the case with these boots. And back to another con. These boots are fairly heavy, and a big part of my hunting is I like to be quiet. I like to take my time going through the woods and try not to step on sticks and all that, be as quiet as I can. And heavy boots like this, and they just kind of big in general, make it really hard going through the woods and not stepping on sticks, just being quiet. You can't feel sticks under your feet and all that stuff. So typically I like to stay with a lighter, smaller boot. That way I can feel and make my way slowly through the woods without making a lot of noise, and that's been real hard with these. But nonetheless, I am still seeing deer, and I just shot a deer the other day with these boots on, so must be doing okay with them. As far as like the durability goes, I haven't had them that long, maybe 5 months, but they seem to be holding up great. I mean, they are LaCrosse, so LaCrosse is going to have a great boot. These are just my preferences, but it is a good boot overall. I mean, it's holding up pretty good. And like I said, it's keeping me warm, keeping me dry. But as far as the snake proof, I haven't been bit by a snake with them to test it out. So I really don't know. I'm assuming that they're going to be snake proof. That's the reason why I bought them. So, I mean, they're pretty stiff. You can feel that these are snake proof boots, obviously. And I know that's one of the reasons what makes them a little bit heavier and all that. So that's really, you're getting a snake proof boot, but it is going to make your boots a little bit heavier, a little bit bulkier. It's going to be hard to have something light and snake proof. But overall, they are a great boot. Like I said, they've done me good the past few months, and looking forward to putting some more miles on them. So guys, like I said, this is just my preference on these things. They're a great boot. But if you have any other opinions, pros and cons that you can think of and you got these boots, leave it down in the comments. I'd like to know. Give me something else to think about. Thank y'all.